Hello, welcome to SuperJuice web course. I'm Olivia Lin. Today, I will introduce how to import and export data into SuperJuice Desktop and convert the JS data into various common JS formats. Besides, I will show you a useful tool for managing data. Here are today's topics. I will start from the special data and then import the data into SuperJuice Desktop and mention some basic layer control. Next is to export data and by OGC service at WMS or WFS layers. As for the last two, I will introduce some tools supported by SuperJuice series products, and each topic is illustrated by a demonstration. Special data. Let's start out by what is the special data and the data format. Also known as geospatial data or geographic information. It's a data or information that identifies the geographic location of features and boundaries on Earth. Spatial data is usually stored as coordinate and topology. And the most important is that the data can be mapped. In addition, SQL Server supports the geographic data type. OGC layers are published by a voluntary and non-profit organization. It's an open system geographic information and it's a standard web map service supported by Open Geospatial Consortium. Also known as geospatial data or geographic information. It's a data or information that identifies the geographic location of features and boundaries on Earth. Spatial data is usually stored as coordinates and topology. And the most important is that the data can be mapped. In addition, SQL Server supports the geographic data type. OGC layers are published by a voluntary and non-profit organization. It's an open system geographic information and it's a standard web map service supported by Open Geospatial Consortium. Vector models are useful for representation of the world by points, lines, and polygons. And be noted that each layer must be consistent by the type of features. REST is an image storage. It stores data by cell and can be easy to visualize and to describe the continuous fields. CAD data is usually referred for engineering and architecture plans. Additionally, CAD formats contains points, polylines, and polygons, and annotations. If you need to add the CAD data, we provide a conversion tool translating CAD format to vector data. SuperJuice Desktop can access to different kinds of SQL Server, like Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle, and PostgreSQL Server. In particular, you can create your own personal geodatabase by SuperJuice Desktop. OGC layers are standard web map service by Internet client to demand the specified layer mapping. SuperJuice Desktop supports WMS, WFS, WCS, and WMTS data. With the rapid development of GIS, a number of institutes have defined their own GIS files format. Besides the GEO file defined by SuperJuice Desktop, shapefile, MIF, and CAD file are also supported. The supported image files include ECW, BMP, JPEG, TIFF, and so on. Now, how to add data is going to be introduced. There are several ways to add data into SuperJuice Desktop. First, adding a layer. User can add vector data, raster data, or CAD data by clicking Add Layer button in Standard Toolbar. Or you can right-click Layers in Data Content and click Add Layer. There's a data type referred to the coordinate data of the map. You can click Tools on the top menu bar and click Add SY Data to help you import SY data to the map and create a point layer on the map. SuperJIS Desktop 3.2 not only supports DBase file but also supports text file format and CSV file format. During the process of editing map, you might need some layers which are added already. You can import the layers into the current project. The imported layers will be displayed as the settings you saved. To import the layers, first, right-click Layers in Data Content and click Import Layer File. Choose the layer file you would like to import. Click Open and the layers will be displayed in the map window. In addition to feature layer and raster layer added by Add Layer, users can also authorize this function to connect to GeoDatabase and add data from database. By Add Layer and from the Login drop-down menu, click Database Connection to open Add GeoDatabase Connection window. Double-click the Add GeoDatabase Connection. Now, MS SQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL Server are provided for connection. Please enter a server name, database name, username, and password, and click OK. Once the database is connected successfully, the all layers of the connected database will be listed in the Add Data window. And then, you can import the selected layers into Desktop. Also, you can import feature layers and table to the database by SuperJIS Toolkit. In the meanwhile, you can rename the input feature class. Feature class to feature class and feature class to GeoDatabase are the same function to import layers to a database. Moreover, feature class to feature class will add the layers into SuperJIS Desktop at the same time. Table to table is for table data type only. SuperJIS Desktop provides online maps in different types to be best map. User can adjust the zoom levels of the online map to clearly browse and display maps. Also, your own layers can be overlaid on the best map to do editing, measurement, or querying. By right-clicking anywhere to start Online Map tool and click Add Online Map Layer button to add online map. You can also change the online map type from the drop-down menu. Now I'm going to show how to add data into SuperJIS Desktop. You can right-click on Layers, use Add Layer, and then choose the file you want to add in, and you can see your layers will display, or by this Add Layer icon. You can choose a single layer at a time or press Ctrl on your keyboard to add multiple layers at the same time. And your layers are already added into SuperJIS Desktop, or just open the folder directly and then select the file and drag it under the data content. You can right-click on that and then zoom to this active layer, and you can see your map will display. So now, not only the vector data but also raster data are added in, even a CAD file. The way to add a CAD file is the same as the raster data and the vector data, So just right click on layers and use a layer and find your CAD file. And again, we need to zoom to active layer. And you can see your CAD file is here. And the following, I'm going to introduce another data type to import into SuperJuice Desktop. So I need to create a new map. If your data is referred to coordinate data, you can use Tool. Click Add SY Data. This tool can help you import your SY data into SuperJuice Desktop and create a point layer. Click this icon to find your file. SuperJuice Desktop supports DBase table, text file, CSV, so just choose your file. And must be noted that this kind of data type must contain a head title to indicate what column is. So you can specify the X field is the longitude and the Y field is the latitude. And then specify the coordinate system. This coordinate system of the file is WGS 1984, so it's in the geographic coordinate system. And in the Word, and select WGS 1984 and click OK. And just give it a name and save it. Add this layer to the map. So now you can see your SY data is already imported into SuperJuice Desktop and create a point layer. And if you have only this kind of data, you can use our online map tool. Just right click anywhere to activate online map tool. It's an OpenStreetMap. Use this icon to add the online map. And now you can see the online map is added as a base map. So you need to let this base map at the bottom to prevent it cover your GIS data. And again, zoom to our GIS data. And you can see our point layer is overlaid with the online stream map, and you can change the map style or adjust the zoom in level to make your map more clearly. If your data is saved in your database, you can use this add layer icon. From the drop-down menu, select the database connection and use this one. Add your database connection and double-click on it. Here you need to choose the type of the database. Like my data is saved in MS SQL Server, and now I need to type in the server information like the IP address, the name of the database, the account, and the password. And now the connection is created. If you're afraid that the name of the connection will be confused, you can right click on it and rename it and give it a name like Olivia's MS SQL. And double click on it to access to your database, and then choose the layer you want to add it. And there is another way to import data into SuperJuice Desktop. It's by SuperJuice Toolkits. Just right click anywhere to activate SuperJuice Toolkits and click this icon, and then go to Conversion Tools and use this tool to your database and use feature class to feature class and double click on it. And first, you need to choose the input features. this. And then you need to specify a location to save this layer. And you can give a name like a bin shop and click OK. Now it's processing. And once it's finished, this layer is already imported to this spatial database, and also it's added onto the SuperJIT toolkits. And the other two functions is feature class to GeoDatabase. It's the same as the feature class to feature class. You can input your feature to a special GeoDatabase, and the other one is table to table. This tool is for table data only. You can import a table to the GeoDatabase, just like this, and choose a table data. And also specify a location to save this table. And give a name. And click OK, and it's processing. So now this table is already imported to this GeoDatabase. After maps are added, I want to check some basic map control. I will start from Pen, Zoom In, and Zoom Out tool. Adjust the layer order or remove a layer from map. Finally, check the layer properties. Pen tool can help you move the map to wherever you want. Zoom In and Zoom Out tool enables you to zoom in or zoom out a certain area on the map. Just click the Zoom In or Zoom Out tool and drag a rectangle, and then release the mouse. The area covered by the rectangle will be zoomed in or zoomed out directly. While browsing the map, you may have no idea about the current browsing location after map is zoomed in. Therefore, SuperJIT Desktop provides the Overview window function to help you recognizing the current browsing position and direction. Firstly, click a window on the main menu and select Overview window. If you simply want to enlarge the specific area instead of zoom in the entire map, the Magnify window function can be used without influencing the original map extent. Click a window on the main menu and select Magnify window. A Magnify window will show up. You can move the window as you like. Data content lists all layers in this map. The first layer is the top layer in the map window. If you add several layers at the same time, the system will automatically place the layers in the order of point, line, and polygon. You can overlay layers by clicking the layer you want to move and drag it to the place you want to display. Once the layer is moved completely, the map window changes the display at once. If you want to remove layers from the current map, just right-click on the layers and from the drop-down menu, click Remove to discard this layer. For reading easily, you can mark the label text on the map. There are two ways to show label on the map. First one is to right-click layer's name and check the label feature. The other one is double-click the layer's name to open the Layer Properties dialog box and switch to Label tab. Check Show Labels. Meanwhile, you can select the field to show label. The layer can be shown at a certain scale to make sure features could be displayed clearly. Throw the layer properties and choose Display to set the scale here. We already mentioned the layer properties many times. So, what is the layer properties? Layer properties contain many tabs, like in Source tab, You can set the layer's name and the title, or know its path. In Coordinate System tab, you can edit the coordinate system, or in the Label tab. It's a place to set the label shown or not, including the text font and color setting. And there have many other tabs. It presents the detailed setting of each layer. And after the layers are added into SuperJIS Desktop, now I'm going to introduce some basic map control, like the zoom in, zoom out, or the pen tool. The tools are over here. You will use them more often, like the zoom in tool. Just drag a rectangle on the map, and the area will be enlarged. Or you can use the pen tool to map your window. And if you want to know your current browsing location, you can click Window and use the Overview window. And the Overview window represents your current browsing extent. You can right-click on that and set the reference layer here. And like this, it will show you the location you are. And you can put the Overview window anywhere. And the multiple overview windows are allowed. Or if you want to just simply enlarge a specific area, you can click a window and choose magnifier function. This tool will enlarge the specific area based on the magnification ratio. And you can right-click on that to set the magnifier ratio here. And the area will be enlarged based on your ratio. And also, the multiple magnifier windows are allowed. And if you want to freeze the screen of the magnifier window, just right-click on that and choose the snapshot. So, the screen of the magnifier window won't be changed as the window moved. And now, if you want to change the orders of the layer, just click the layers up or down to change the layer's order. And right-click on the layer's name, you can copy this layer or remove this layer. And to read the map more easily, you can mark the label on the map. And just choose the layers you want to mark. And right-click on that and click Properties. Switch to the Label tab and check these Show Labels. And you can specify the field in the text label here to choose the label you want to show on the map and click OK. And now you can see the field will be shown on the map. Export data. You can export features, raster image, layer file, and even symbology from SuperJIS Desktop. Spatial data is consisting of geographic location and attribute table. Therefore, if you need to copy the vector data, use export feature to make sure that you get completely both geographic information and attribute data. Export features can export the whole features, select the features, or the features in the current view extent. And it's still a vector data, so the symbol and the color settings are not recorded. Besides, you can specify the coordinate system of output layer. If you need to export the data with symbol and color configuration, export it as a layer file. A layer file records the file path and display setting, so that it can be displayed as a setting record in the file. It's helpful to save the time of duplicate simple setup workplace. If you choose a raster file, the export raster window shows up. The first section is the raster source information. You can specify the extent for exporting, the raster size, and so on. As the settings are finished, please click OK. The output file format is an image format, such as SGR, TIFF, or JPEG. Attribute table is a part of spatial data. It can be exported alone as a dbase table and a text file. You can export all records or the selected records. If the symbol configuration of the features perhaps be used next time, SuperJuice Desktop provides the export symbology function to export the settings for good. After the settings and arrangement of the layout view are finished, Export Map function can help you export this map to an image file. And now I'm going to introduce how to export data from SuperJuice Desktop. First, I want to talk about how to export features. Now, you can see there are two layers displayed on the map window, and I use the zoom in tool to make this map more clearly. And choose the layer and right-click on that and go to Export Features. From the drop-down menu, you can choose Export All Features or Export All Features in the current view extent. Or use this button to select the features you want to export. And again, right-click on the layer's name and go to Export Features. And now, export selected features. So set the output layer location and choose the type and click Save. And then set the coordinate system of the output layer. You can set the output coordinate system is the same as the source layer or the same as the map environment. And add this output layer to the map. And now you can see the output layer is already added onto the map. And it's a vector data, so it doesn't record the symbol and the color configuration. So if you want to export the data with the symbol and color setting, you need to export it as a layer file. So just right-click on that and go to Export Layer File and give a name. And how to import this kind of layer file? Just right-click on the layers and go to Import Layer File and choose the layer file you saved previously and click Open. And now you can see the map is already added onto the SuperJuice Desktop. Or if you just want to save the symbol and the color setting, you can export it as a symbology format. Just right-click on the layers and go to Export Symbology and assign a name for that. And click Save. And then I'm going to talk about the attribute data. So how to open the attribute data? Just right-click on the layer's name and go to Open Table. This is the attribute table of this layer. And as well, you can export the old data or select the data you want to export. And then click Option and go to Export Data. And from the drop-down menu, choose Unit and choose the output table location and give a name. You can choose the format. SuperJuice Desktop provides save the export attribute data as a dbase table or a text file and click Save. And you can save this table to the map. And you can see the table is in table source. Okay, now I'm going to introduce another data type to export it. So I need to create a new map. If you add a raster data, and you can use the zooming tool to set the range you want to export, like this one. And right-click on the layer's name and choose the export raster. And the first section is the source information, and the second section you can export it as the layers or the current view, and choose the output location. And click Save. And now it starts to export the raster data. And then you can add the layer to the map. And here is the output layer. OGC service. SuperJIS Desktop provides OGC service for users to get layers or image data they require. OpenGIS Consortium is a voluntary, non-government, and non-profit organization devoted in developing an open system geographic information. WMS, WFS, WCS, and WMTS data are provided in OGC service of SuperJIS Desktop. To add an OGC published layer, first, select a service type you require, and input service information like the service name, the URL address. If the password is required, you can enter it below, and then click OK. Then, you can double-click the service list to get the OGC service. And you will see, in the layer collection, layer shows all layers in this service. Now I'm going to show how to get OGC service in SuperJIS Desktop. First, you need to activate the OGC service. Just right-click anywhere and find OGC service. Click OGC service list. SuperJIS Desktop provides 4 service types: WMS, WFS, WCS, and WMTS service. Just select the service type you need and click Add Service. Here you need to input the service information. The name field is used to be input the service name you want to set for the service. And the URL means the service address. And just input your service address here. And choose the code patch. If the username and password are required, just enter them here and click OK. And you will see there are 3 function buttons on the right. The first one is used to modify the service that you added onto the list. And the second one is used to remove the selected service. The final one is used to get the information of the selected OGC service layer. Once the connection is built up, you can see the whole layers in this service will be displayed in the layer collection window, and just choose one layer. You can see the detailed information will be shown in selected layer information, and if you need to add the layer into the SuperJuice desktop, just choose the layer you need and click Add Layer. You can see this layer is already added into the SuperJuice desktop. Convert data. Now I'm going to show you a useful conversion tool. SuperJuice Data Converter enables users to convert the GIS data to meet different platforms. You don't worry the compatibility of GIS files. Vector data, raster data, network data, and team data are converted in SuperJuice Data Converter. If you need many files converting at a time, the batch process can fit your need. Here is the input and output format of vector data mode and raster data mode. You can see SuperJuice Data Converter allows many kinds of GIS data format, converting into the format defined by SuperGeo technologies. Similarly, it also supports to convert into various common GIS data. And it also can convert the vector data to network data and team data. It's an interface of a data converter. The top is to set conversion mode. You need to choose your file format here. The second part is the input file and the output format, and choose the folder to store. The third part is to specify the special reference. Coordinate system transformation is one of the features in Data Converter. The button of the interface include the tool buttons for you to view the user guide, implement conversion, view the conversion log, and set other advanced settings. You can set the output type, the quality of the output raster file, and the related parameters for the network data in advanced setting. You can convert many files at a time, no matter which conversion mode you select. You can add the files in the same format from different folders to SuperJuice Data Converter, so that you can manage the input files and folder at the same time. Click the Input Files Manager button in Source to open the Input Files Manager. Input Files Manager provides the convenient manager interface and enables you to add, delete, and view the input file. And then, click Add Files or Add Folder button to select your need. After selecting files, click OK. And then, click Output File Manager button in Target to set the output setting. You can assign the output file name and the output folder here. Now I'm going to introduce the conversion tool, SuperJuice Data Converter. You can open SuperJuice Data Converter from SuperJuice Desktop. Click Tools and select SuperJuice Data Converter, or from your Start menu on your computer and find the SuperGeo folder and choose the SuperJuice Data Converter. This is the interface of SuperJuice Data Converter. The first step is to choose the conversion mode. There are feature data, raster data, network data, and team data can be selected. Like I want to convert a CAD file, I need to choose the feature data. And in Source section, from the drop-down menu, I need to select the format of a CAD file. And click this button to choose the file I want to convert. And in the target section, the format is the GEO file format only. And the default output folder is the same as the folder of the input file, and you also can change the folder. And click this button to do the output file setting. You can add a prefix for output file or not, or choose the Save mode here. And then, specify the special reference for input and output. For input special reference, you can keep it as its origin special reference or change it. And for the output special reference, you can set it as the same as the input file or customize the special reference. And click the setting buttons. There are many tabs to do more advanced settings for each conversion type. Like in cat setting tab, you can treat closed line as the polygon, or you can include the z value after the conversion. And click here to start to convert. And now it's processing. And once it's finished, we can add the file into the SuperJuice desktop. And now we can see the CAD file is already converted to the GEO file. And it contains a line feature and a polygon feature, and now they are editable. If you have many files of the same format to be converted at a time, you can use the batch process. No matter which conversion mode you select, in the source section from the drop-down menu, you need to choose the input file format. And click this button and use this Add Files button to add the files into the SuperJuice Data Converter. Or you can add a folder and click OK. And in Target section, you need to choose the file format of the output file and give a folder to save the output files. And click this button to do output file setting. Here you can decide the rules of the name of your output file and choose the Save mode. You can save the output files into a single folder or retain the folder structure. And then specify the input and output special reference and click Convert. Once the conversion is complete, we can open the folder to check the files. Now we can see there are many KML files in the conversion folder. Managing data. Now I'm going to introduce a management tool, SuperJuice Data Manager. SuperJuice Data Manager enables users to manage the geographic information, like browse the attribute table and preview the map, or searching the data. You also can connect to database and import or export data to database by Data Manager. To open Data Manager, find the tool in Toolbar and click SuperJuice Data Manager. After activating Data Manager, you can see the left side. It's a tree-view structured folder browser. The right side is the data display window. You can add your commonly used folder by clicking Connect Folder in File menu. While you want to disconnect a folder, firstly select the folder you would delete and click the Disconnect Folder in File menu, or by clicking Disconnect Folder button on the toolbar to discard this folder. Data Manager have the basic file management capabilities, like create a new folder, a feature class, or a personal geodatabase. You only need to right-click the location where you would like to add a new item and choose the function you need. There are 4 modes to browse the data: large icon, list, detail, and thumbnail. You can view the data in the connected folder in different ways by switching the Browsing Mode button on Standard Toolbar. In Data Display area, you can view file name, file type, file size, and thumbnail under Information tab. And you can preview the map or view the attribute table. The metadata is to describe the features of this file itself. The contents of metadata includes identification, data quality, special reference, and other information. This information can help users to manage or search the digital data or layers. The metadata is editable. You can choose the file and switch to the metadata in Display window, and then click the Edit Metadata button on Navigation toolbar. With Data Manager, it's capable of connecting to MS SQL, Oracle Special, and PostSQL. Users are allowed to view and manage the data. To import the data to Special Database by Data Manager, select the database and right-click. There pop-ups a menu and click Import. The window Feature Class to your database shows. Add the feature you want and assign the output to your database. Or you want to export a layer from a special database. Firstly, select the layer and right-click to choose the export. Then, Feature Class to Feature Class window shows. Select the output location and you can assign a name to this feature. Data search. You can use the search function to find your data efficiently. Before using this search function, you need to choose the folder and then click Edit in Main Tool menu. Click Search to open search window. You can search by geographic position, by date, by text, or by file name to search the data rapidly. By ticking the search conditions, you can use one or more than one search condition at a time. The results will be stored in a search result folder just at the end of the tree view structure folder. Now I'm going to introduce another tool provided by SuperJuice Desktop, SuperJuice Data Manager. You can open SuperJuice Data Manager from SuperJuice Desktop from Tools and choose SuperJuice Data Manager, or from your Start menu on your computer and find the SuperJuice folder and click SuperJuice Data Manager. It's an interface of the SuperJuice Data Manager. The left-hand side is a tree view structure folder browser, and the right-hand side is the data display window. And you can connect your commonly used folder to here. Just click Files and choose Connect Folder, and select the folder you want to add and click OK. So now you can see the folder is already added in, and if you want to disconnect a folder, just choose the folder firstly and use this button, Disconnect from Folder, and you can disconnect the folder. Data Manager provides basic file management. Just right-click on it, and you can see you can copy the folder, delete the folder, rename it, or you can new a folder, new a feature class, or a personal geodatabase. And also you can switch the browse mode to be list mode or to be detail mode. And you can see in the data display window and in the information tab you can see the file name, the file type, even the file size, and you can view the map or see the attribute table, or you can see the metadata. And SuperJS Data Manager provides a thumbnail for the layer. And if you want to create a thumbnail of the layer, just choose the layer. And firstly, switch to the Map tab. And use this icon, Create Thumbnail, and click it. And switch to Information tab, and you can see the thumbnail of this layer is already created. Now I'm going to introduce how to connect to your spatial database. Use this database connection and right-click on it. Choose the type of your spatial database. Like my data is stored in MS SQL Server, and now you need to type your server information. The name of database, the account, and the password. And now the connection is created. You can view the layers of this spatial database here. And if you want to import a layer into this spatial database, just right-click on the name of the spatial database and use Import Feature class. And you need to choose the input feature. And the output database is already set, so we just click OK, and now it's processing. And now it's complete, so we can refresh our spatial database. Just right-click on the name of spatial database and click refresh. And you can see the layer is already imported into this spatial database. And if you need to export a layer from this spatial database to another place, just choose the layer you want to export and right-click on it. Use export. And now you need to specify a location to save this layer. And give it a name. And click OK. Now it's complete, so we can go to the folder to check the layer. And you can see the layer is already imported into this geodatabase. And there is still another function provided by Data Manager. You can search the data. Firstly, you need to choose the folder, and then click Edit and use Search. You can search by geographic location, by date, by text, even by file name. And the result will be stored in the folder of result 1. Just click Start. And we go to the folder of result 1 to check the result. So the above are today's course. And don't forget moving on to the exercise and taking the quiz. I hope you found it useful and hope to see you in the other courses.